How would you like a much better voice and audio quality over your Zoom? Isn't it much better? Look at the traffic noise I'm getting outside. I'll show you in a minute how much the traffic noise is. But isn't it much better if you're running from your house or your office and you don't want side attractions and people adjacent to you, your neighbors at their desk talking away and interrupting your conversation? Your customer can hear your conversation. Don't you think it is much better? So now let me show what I have done over the past few months to improve my audio quality. For example, I'm now using a muffler, right? And let me just switch this light on so that it's easier for you to see. There. And let me zoom in a bit more. Right? So this is a small pouch with a soundproof foam underneath. And I'm supposed to put my microphone here. Okay. Now let's start recording with this microphone right at my throat. Okay, now I'm recording with my microphone. And let's go back. So isn't this much clearer now? You don't have the traffic sound outside, and there is even a fan there that's running, right? And you can't hear the fan blowing. So similarly with aircon noise and other sounds and distractions in your house, maybe your children are running around and someone cooking in the kitchen, all that will be almost reduced. Not 100% gone, but reduced a lot, so that you can have a clear conversation with someone on your Zoom. The whole idea is to improve your Zoom audio quality so that people can hear what you're talking about, hear the conversation clearly, and can respond to you instead of asking, what did you say? Can you repeat that? That is the most irritating conversation I've ever experienced. And especially when I was a real estate agent, I had a handphone that had a poor microphone and earpiece. And every time I was talking to my clients, they had to keep asking me to repeat what I was saying. And it was so frustrating, especially when you were out in town and listening to whatever was being shown and trying to understand what your landlord wanted and explaining to your client what was the landlord's requirements and whether you met the issues or whether you met their requirements. So now I have come out with this, and now I'm also working on a newer version, which I hope will be even more effective, because this is big and bulky. So I'm coming out with a smaller version, and let's test it out. Okay, now let me just undo it and I'll show you how effective this was. You can watch the previous video when I brought this out, see? And actually this microphone, the wind muffler or the dead cat sponge would be covering it, but in my case it lowers the frequency bandwidth. So I have removed my sponge, black sponge, and I'm putting it right at my throat so I can pick up the sounds clearly, my voice clearly. And when my voice is loud to the microphone, the background noise will be softer. So that's how it's achieved. Now let me try the new version and see if that works very well or not. So what I'm going to do now is use a small piece. This was just now I was wearing this muffler, and now You can see how much smaller this is. It's really small. Okay, I'm going to use this, and actually I have tested with a smaller piece, half the size, but I will do that later on. But let me try with this. It's not flat, it should be flat, so let's use the flat side. Okay, and this is bandage tape used for wire gauze, and I'm going to use this to stick it on my neck. I used a normal plaster before, but when I started to sweat, the plaster didn't stick. It just fell off. It was not even 2 or 3 minutes. So now I'm using this wire gauze. It's a 3M wire gauze, right? So let's have a look and see how to get this done. Okay, now I am going to put it. Yeah, of course, we can make a nice. Let me just switch on this. We can make a nicer version of this. But at the moment, I'm just running tests to see how good this is. It's a bit tight. Okay, now let's see how it goes now. I just want to put it at my Adam's apple. Okay, so how is this? That's a motorbike going by. I don't know whether you heard it, but this is a much better system. Then it's really good. And let's see how long, how effective it becomes, right? The more effective it is. Let's see if I can use something half the size, okay? And if it's as effective, that will be really wonderful. The whole idea being that I am using the wire gauze tape, which is what you use in the hospital uses. I bought this from the pharmacy to hold my soundproof foam sponge so that I don't pick up outside sounds. Was that good enough? Now let us see if I can use a smaller piece. Okay, I will cut this in half, and if the wire gauze holds, see, I'm sweating and it's still holding onto it. I just want to see if I can reuse this, so I'm going to reuse it and see if it's how good it is. Okay, let me just cut this. I have it. Okay, cut into two. I'm reusing the gauze, and this is the smooth side, so I put the smooth side towards my neck, and let's see. It may be a bit tight. Is it too tight? I don't know whether it's too tight or not, but when I play back the recording, I will. Can you hear the motorbike going by? Okay, now I've put it in, and let's see, there's a motorbike going by, and let's see if the sound quality is much better or it is just as bad or worse, right? So let's do a test and comparison. I don't have a reference sound where I can test everything, this size or that size or thickness, length, and using different microphones. I can't do all that because I'm just a hobbyist. I'm not a soundproof engineer, sound engineer or anything like that. And I think there's another motorbike going by. I think this will be a lot more help to a lot of hobbyists and small YouTubers who need some better sound quality, and especially those who are on Zoom, to improve your Zoom audio quality. That is very important. Let's listen to it and see. Okay, I adjusted this a little bit so that there's a bit more tension on the foam, and the microphone is squeezed to my neck, and I hope this will be much better soundproofing. And I moved can you hear? I've moved the microphone a little bit higher up, closer to my Adam's apple, and I can feel the vibration when I touch. I can feel the vibration coming through. So I hope this is much clearer. There was a small van or something going by. There's another motorbike going by, and I hope it's much clearer now. Better soundproofing, and my voice is much clearer. See, there are some more cars going by, and I have the windows open because I want all the noise, traffic noise, to come in, and I want to test how good a smaller piece that is not squeezing, strangling my neck, is how effective it is. So I assume that you have listened to the recording using the smaller one, and because I've relocated the microphone a bit and I've increased the tension on the tape. And the nice thing about this tape is that it's holding. Even though I'm sweating, it's still holding. It's very good. That's a motorbike went by, and so it looks like this is the best version I've come out with. It's small, compact, and it is blocking a lot of the traffic noise outside. There's a motorbike going by. I don't know whether you can hear it, and the nice thing about it is it's blocking a lot of the traffic noise. At the same time, my voice is clear. It's not muffled or suppressed, or the frequency is not bandwidth. It's not limited. Right? There's another motorbike going by. So this is a much better version. What do you think? Isn't it really good? Now I want to show you how I connected up to Zoom, because this microphone has a TRRS connector, mini jack. So you can't use your USB port or anything else connected. So I bought a TRRS connector to USB connector adapter, and all I do is plug it in and plug this side into my USB port, and I am recording my voice on the PC. The Zoom will detect this device and tell you it's a USB device, and I will show you that in a minute. Okay, now I'm recording with my Zoom. But let me just go in and I'm not connected my Zoom yet. Just speaker, see, it does. I can change it to. Oops, I haven't plugged it in. Now that's what's recording now. Let's see, see, you can hear the voice, my voice being recorded on the Zoom. So I am actually recording what is coming from this microphone into Zoom. Let me just see if I can connect up the camera. Yeah, I should be able to connect up the camera. The camera is not on. USB video. Yeah. So now I've got both the USB video, which is what's shown on my camera, and the audio, which is what's picking up from my left mic at my neck. Simple. It's very simple, straightforward. So now you can get much better audio quality when you're talking. There is some connection problem I have with my cables, which you can see I've got a lot of cables down here, and I am running it to my monitor and my camera. So the camera output is going to my monitor through this splitter, HDMI splitter, and coming back. One set goes to my monitor, the other set comes back. Okay, and that is my video capture card. For the older Sony cameras, you will need a video capture card. This is from China and it's working quite well. The first few months it didn't work, and for some reason after plugging in Zoom it started working. It wouldn't work with OBS. I don't know why, and nobody has been able to solve it, but it's working with Zoom. To my USB port, USB port. This is my audio, and this is my video, and this is my audio. So I am getting some connection related issues, which I will have to, let me see. Okay, there's some contact problem with these cables. So now it's okay. It's fantastic. So I've got audio and I've got video. Brilliant, isn't it? So what do you think? It's really good, isn't it? The sound quality is much better. The traffic noise is not reduced a lot. The background noise reduced a lot. The fan also, the noise is cut completely. You don't have any sound from the fan, the wind sound. And when I first started this experiment, I was using a normal sponge which I bought from the hardware shop. That is effective too, but not as effective as this soundproof foam, right? So you can buy some soundproof foam and use the tape, hold it down, and you got a good quality muffler to remove all the background noise while you are having your conversation over Zoom, and the audio will be very clear and nice and good to listen to. What do you think? This is a very good idea, isn't it? So I would suggest that you recommend it to your friends too. Let them watch the full video, and if you have any comments, please leave it in the comment section down below. Check out my video on left mic muffler. Check out this playlist. Subscribe to my channel and click on the bell, and do check out the links below for more information.